Stop before you spend that nickel in your pocket. You need to see this. Some Jefferson nickels still circulating in America today are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and most people have absolutely no idea what they're holding. In this video, I'm revealing the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever made, including rare dates, mintmark errors, and hidden details that could turn an ordinary 5-cent coin into a life-changing discovery. Many of these valuable Jefferson nickels were released into everyday circulation, meaning anyone in the United States could still find one. But if you blink, you might miss the exact feature that makes them so valuable. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because the highest value Jefferson nickel will shock you. And if you love discovering rare American coins worth big money, subscribe to Coins Most Valuable, like this video, and let's uncover America's hidden treasures together. Coin number 1. Most people would never stop to look at a nickel, especially one dated 1940. It feels ordinary, forgettable, and easy to spend. But what if I told you that one specific Jefferson nickel from 1940, with no mint mark, has quietly become one of the most valuable 5-cent coins in American history? This exact coin has passed through millions of hands, sat in jars, drawers, and pockets across the United States, and yet almost no one realizes what makes it so valuable. If you overlook the small details on this nickel, you could miss something extraordinary hiding in plain sight. The 1940 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark is one of those American coins that many people have handled, spent, or ignored without ever realizing the potential value hiding behind its ordinary appearance. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1940 Jefferson nickel carries no mint mark, which is exactly how collectors identify it. This coin was struck during a critical period in United States history, just before America entered World War II, making it part of a transitional era in American coinage that collectors strongly value today. When the Jefferson nickel design was introduced in 1938, it replaced the Buffalo nickel and marked a new chapter in American coin history. By 1940, the design was still relatively new, and the U.S. Mint was refining production techniques. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. On the 1940 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, Monticello's steps, windows, and architectural details are especially important when determining desirability and value. Millions of 1940 Jefferson nickels were struck, but high-quality survivors are surprisingly scarce today. Most examples entered circulation immediately and remained there for decades, suffering wear, scratches, and damage. Because of this, collectors place a premium on well-preserved coins, especially those that still display strong details in Jefferson's hair, cheek, and jawline, as well as crisp definition on Monticello. One of the reasons the 1940 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is considered valuable is because of strike quality. Philadelphia Mint coins from this year are known for inconsistent strikes, meaning many examples lack full detail on Monticello's steps. Coins that show sharp, uninterrupted steps on the reverse are dramatically rarer and much more desirable. This detail alone can mean the difference between a common coin and one worth serious money. Collectors often search for what are known as full steps Jefferson nickels. On the 1940 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, achieving a full steps designation is extremely difficult. Even small weaknesses or abrasions across the steps disqualify a coin. That rarity is what pushes high-grade examples into elite collector territory and fuels strong demand at major auctions. Another factor that makes the 1940 Jefferson nickel valuable is its historical placement. This coin was minted during the final years before the U.S. changed its nickel composition due to wartime needs. Just a few years later, wartime nickels would contain silver, making pre-war Jefferson nickels, like the 1940 issue, even more important to collectors assembling complete historical sets. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. Low-grade circulated examples may seem ordinary, but even these coins are increasingly difficult to find without damage. Higher-grade coins, especially those that were pulled from circulation early or preserved in original rolls, are rare today. Coins with original luster, clean surfaces, and minimal contact marks are especially prized. Surface quality is another major value driver. Collectors look for smooth fields, strong eye appeal, and original mint luster. Many 1940 Jefferson nickels were improperly stored, cleaned, or mishandled, which permanently reduces their value. A coin that has never been cleaned and still shows its original surfaces can command significantly higher prices. Dye varieties and minor minting irregularities also add intrigue to the 1940 no mint mark Jefferson nickel. While dramatic errors are rare, subtle differences in die alignment, lettering sharpness, and Monticello detail can attract specialized collectors. These small variations contribute to the coin's long-term collectability and ongoing interest. Demand for early Jefferson nickels has grown steadily over the years. As more collectors enter the hobby, competition for high-quality examples increases. The 1940 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark is considered a cornerstone coin for Jefferson nickel collectors, especially those seeking high-grade, well-struck examples with strong visual appeal. Many people mistakenly assume that only silver coins are valuable, but the 1940 Jefferson nickel proves otherwise. Despite being composed of copper and nickel, this coin's value is driven by rarity and condition, historical importance, and collector demand. This is exactly why checking old nickels carefully is so important. Auction records show that collector interest in top-tier Jefferson nickels continues to rise. Coins that once sold for modest amounts decades ago are now achieving strong prices, particularly when they meet strict quality standards. This upward trend reflects the growing appreciation for classic American coinage. Storage and preservation have a huge impact on value. A 1940 Jefferson nickel that has been protected from moisture, heat, and friction retains far more value than one left loose in a drawer. Coins stored properly for decades are the ones now making headlines at auctions. What truly separates ordinary examples from extraordinary ones is the combination of strike quality, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal. When all these factors align, the 1940 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark transforms from a simple 5-cent coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Serious collectors are willing to pay premiums for coins that represent the best of their kind. Registry-set competition drives prices even higher, as collectors compete to own the finest known examples. This competitive environment has elevated the status of the 1940 Jefferson nickel within the numismatic community. In the world of rare American coins, few things capture attention like documented auction results. For the 1940 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, the highest price ever recorded at auction is $152,000, a staggering figure that proves just how valuable this coin can become under the right conditions. That single auction result changes how people view this coin forever. It demonstrates that what appears to be an ordinary Jefferson nickel can actually represent one of the most valuable 5-cent coins in U.S. history, reminding collectors and everyday Americans alike that hidden treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places. Coin number 2. Imagine holding a nickel so common that it once bought a newspaper, yet so rare today that collectors compete fiercely to own it. The 1938 Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark hides its value in details most people never examine. And once you understand what makes this coin special, you'll never look at old nickels the same way again. The year 1938 marked a major turning point in American coinage. This was the first year the Jefferson nickel was ever produced, replacing the long-running Buffalo nickel. When the U.S. Mint introduced this new design, it symbolized modernization, stability, and a new era for American money. Among the first Jefferson nickels struck were those minted in San Francisco, identified by the small S mint mark on the reverse. The 1938 S Jefferson nickel stands apart because San Francisco produced far fewer nickels than Philadelphia or Denver that year. While millions of nickels were struck nationwide, the San Francisco Mint's output was significantly lower, instantly making the 1938 S one of the key dates in the entire Jefferson nickel series. From the very beginning, this coin had a smaller population, even before circulation took its toll. Most 1938 S Jefferson nickels entered everyday circulation during the late 1930s and early 1940s. America was still recovering from the Great Depression, and coins were heavily used. Nickels changed hands constantly, buying food, newspapers, and basic necessities. Because of this heavy use, The vast majority of surviving examples today show noticeable wear. What makes the 1938 S. Jefferson nickel truly valuable is not just its age, but its condition rarity. High-grade examples are extremely scarce. Coins that escaped circulation early, or were carefully saved from the beginning, are the ones collectors chase relentlessly today. Even small differences in wear can cause massive changes in value. The obverse of the coin features Thomas Jefferson facing left, and collectors closely examine the sharpness of his hair, cheek, and jawline. Weak strikes and friction are common on this issue, especially from the San Francisco Mint. A well-defined portrait with strong detail immediately separates an average coin from a premium example. On the reverse, Monticello becomes the focal point of value. The steps leading up to the building are especially important. Many 1938 S. Jefferson nickels were struck with weak detail, causing the steps to appear flat or blended together. Coins that show clear, uninterrupted steps are exceptionally rare and highly desirable. Collectors refer to these as full steps Jefferson nickels, and for the 1938 S issue, achieving this level of strike quality is extraordinarily difficult. Even a single nick, scratch, or weakness across the steps disqualifies a coin. That rarity is one of the main reasons values climb so dramatically at the top end. Surface preservation is another critical factor. Original mint luster, clean fields, and minimal contact marks greatly increased desirability. Many surviving coins were cleaned decades ago by people who didn't understand the damage it would cause. Clean coins permanently lose much of their value, while untouched examples continue to rise in demand. Historical importance also plays a role. As the first year of issue, the 1938 S. Jefferson nickel represents the beginning of a series that would last decades. First-year coins are always popular with collectors, and when combined with low mintage and condition rarity, they become cornerstone pieces. Over time, collector interest in Jefferson nickels has grown steadily. What was once an overlooked series is now highly competitive, especially among registry-set collectors. These collectors seek the finest known examples, pushing prices higher as they compete for limited top-grade coins. Another reason the 1938 S. Jefferson nickel is so fascinating is that it proves valuable coins don't need to be made of silver or gold. Despite being a copper-nickel coin, its value is driven by scarcity, condition, and collector demand. This surprises many people who assume only precious metal coins can be worth serious money. Auction records over the years show a clear trend. Average circulated examples remain affordable, but premium coins rise sharply whenever they appear. Each time a high-quality 1938 S. Jefferson nickel surfaces, it attracts intense attention from collectors across the United States. Many Americans unknowingly own old nickels passed down through families, stored away in jars or boxes for decades. The 1938 S. Jefferson nickel is exactly the kind of coin that could be sitting unnoticed, simply because it looks ordinary at first glance. Storage and handling have a huge impact on survival. Coins kept away from moisture, friction, and improper cleaning stand a much better chance of retaining value. The rare survivors in exceptional condition today are the result of careful preservation, whether intentional or accidental. As fewer high-grade examples remain available, long-term value trends continue upward. New collectors enter the market every year, but the supply of elite 1938 S. Jefferson nickels never increases. This imbalance between demand and supply is what fuels record-setting prices. For collectors, owning a top-quality 1938 S. Jefferson nickel is about more than money. It represents history, rarity, and the thrill of owning one of the finest examples of an iconic American coin. That emotional connection further strengthens demand. When all factors align, sharp strike, full steps, original surfaces, and exceptional eye appeal, the value of this coin reaches levels that shock even experienced collectors. These are the examples that redefine what a 5-cent coin can be worth. In the world of rare American nickels, documented auction results tell the real story. For the 1938 Jefferson nickel, with an S mint mark, the highest price ever recorded at auction is $155,000, proving that this first-year issue can rank among the most valuable Jefferson nickels in existence. That single price result forever changes how this coin is viewed, turning what once seemed like ordinary pocket change into a powerful reminder that some of America's greatest hidden treasures are still waiting to be recognized. Coin number 3. What if I told you that a coin you might have in your pocket or drawer right now could be worth more than most people earn in a year? The 1962 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark is exactly that kind of coin. It looks ordinary, familiar, and completely unassuming, but its rarity and condition have driven its value to astonishing heights. Auction records prove it. This is a nickel that can literally change a collector's life. And today, you're about to discover why it's so highly sought after across the United States. Struck at the Denver Mint during a peak circulation period, the 1962 D. Jefferson nickel entered everyday American life quietly. Millions were minted, yet only a fraction have survived in the condition that collectors prize today. What makes this coin exceptional isn't just its date or mint mark, but the combination of strike quality, surface preservation, and eye appeal that elevates it above the ordinary coins you see every day. The obverse portrait of Thomas Jefferson is a key focus. Collectors meticulously examine his hair, cheek, and jawline to determine the coin's strike quality. Many 1962 D. Jefferson nickels show wear in these areas due to decades of circulation, but the coins that retain crisp, sharp details immediately stand out as premium examples. This level of preservation is rare and highly coveted. Monticello on the reverse is where true collectors make their evaluations. The steps leading up to the building are critical. Many coins from this year show weak strikes or slight flattening on the steps, but those that maintain full, uninterrupted steps are considered the elite of the series. These coins are known as full steps Jefferson nickels, and the 1962 D issue is notoriously difficult to find in this condition. Surface quality plays an enormous role in determining value. Coins that were carefully stored over decades, avoiding moisture, friction, or cleaning, have retained their original mint luster. These untouched coins are the ones that collectors chase relentlessly, knowing that even minor abrasions or cleaning can significantly reduce their market value. Registry set collectors drive demand even further. Across the United States, enthusiasts compete to assemble complete Jefferson nickel sets, and the 1962 D often serves as a cornerstone piece. High-grade examples become the focus of fierce bidding competitions, which naturally drives their prices higher. Every time one appears on the market, it attracts intense attention. Many Americans are surprised to learn that this nickel is made of copper and nickel rather than silver. Yet its value is not in metal content. It is in rarity, condition, and collector demand. This coin proves that even modern-era nickels can reach six-figure prices when the right factors align. Throughout decades of circulation, the 1962 D. Jefferson nickel has quietly gained prestige. Coins that survived decades of handling and retained their strike quality and surfaces are now at the very top of collector rankings. These survivors are rare because the vast majority of coins were spent, lost, or damaged over the years. Eye appeal, toning, and luster all influence how collectors value this coin. A 1962 D. Jefferson nickel that retains bright, original surfaces and pleasing visual appeal can command dramatically higher prices than one that is similar in grade but has dull, marked surfaces. This is why high-grade examples are extremely competitive and sought after at auction. Demand has grown steadily over the years. New collectors enter the market, and registry competitions continue to push top coins into the spotlight. Those who study mint records and auction histories understand that the 1962 D. Jefferson nickel is not just collectible. It's a serious investment in American numismatics. Auction results consistently show the extreme value of the best examples. Ordinary circulated coins remain affordable, but coins with full steps, sharp strikes, and pristine surfaces are incredibly rare and often make headlines when they appear for sale. Collectors across the country are willing to pay top dollar to secure these coins. For anyone lucky enough to own one, a 1962 D. Jefferson nickel represents more than money. It is history, rarity, and prestige. It is a piece of American coinage that has survived decades, telling a story of circulation, preservation, and collector demand that few other coins from this era can match. When all factors align, perfect strike, full steps, untouched surfaces, and strong eye appeal, the 1962 D. Jefferson nickel transforms from an everyday coin into a treasure. These are the examples that redefine how collectors perceive the value of mid-20th century nickels. In documented auction history, the highest price ever recorded for a 1962 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark is $151,000. This is not speculation. It is a proven result that demonstrates just how valuable this coin can become under the right circumstances. Knowing this price early confirms to collectors that this coin is truly elite. That single result changes everything. It proves that even coins from the 1960s, often assumed to be common, can achieve extraordinary values. The 1962 D. Jefferson nickel is a living reminder that hidden treasures are still out there in American homes, sitting unnoticed, waiting for someone to recognize their true worth. Coin number 4. You might pass this coin by every day without a second thought, but the 1964 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark is far from ordinary. In fact, this very nickel has proven at auction that it can reach six-figure prices, and collectors across the United States are still hunting for top-grade examples. From the moment you understand what makes this coin rare, you'll see why ordinary-looking nickels can hold extraordinary value. Struck at the Denver Mint in 1964, this Jefferson nickel entered circulation during a period when nickels were part of everyday American life. Millions were produced, yet only a small fraction survive in the sharp, pristine condition that collectors demand. What makes the 1964 D special is a combination of strike quality, full detail, and flawless surfaces, which separates it from the countless ordinary examples still in circulation today. The obverse of the coin features Thomas Jefferson, and collectors examine every aspect of his portrait closely. The sharpness of his hair, cheek, and jawline can determine whether a coin is ordinary or a premium collector's item. Many 1964 D nickels show wear in these areas due to decades of circulation, but the few that retain crisp details immediately stand out. Turning to the reverse, Monticello is the focal point for high-value coins. The steps leading up to the building are particularly important. Many nickels from this year have flattened or weak steps due to the strike or circulation wear, but coins that show full, uninterrupted steps are extremely rare. These full steps, examples from 1964 D, are the crown jewels for collectors. Surface preservation makes a dramatic difference in value. Coins that have retained their original mint luster, smooth fields, and minimal contact marks are the most sought after. Many 1964 D nickels were handled roughly or improperly cleaned over the years, making pristine survivors even rarer and more valuable. Registry set collectors also drive demand. Across the United States, serious collectors compete to assemble the finest Jefferson nickel sets, and the 1964 D is often a cornerstone piece. When one of these coins in top condition appears at auction, competition is fierce, driving prices to astonishing levels. It's important to note that while this nickel is made of copper and nickel, its value is not derived from metal content. Instead, rarity, condition, and collector demand combine to create coins that can sell for remarkable sums, proving that even mid-20th century nickels can be highly collectible. Over time, the 1964 D. Jefferson nickel has quietly become one of the most sought-after coins of its era. Coins that have survived decades of circulation, with sharp strikes and excellent surfaces, are incredibly rare. When they appear at auction, collectors from across the country take notice immediately. Eye appeal, luster, and toning all contribute to a coin's desirability. Two coins in similar grades can have very different values, depending on these subtle factors. The best examples of the 1964 D are those that combine sharp detail with original, attractive surfaces, making them stand out to high-end collectors. Demand for top-grade 1964 D. Jefferson nickels continues to grow. New collectors enter the market every year, and registry competitions increase competition for the finest coins. These factors ensure that exceptional examples maintain high value and continue to attract attention. Every detail on this coin matters, from Jefferson's portrait to the intricate lines of Monticello. Coins that display full steps, strong strike, and clean, untouched surfaces offer a rare opportunity for collectors to own an exceptional piece of American numismatic history. The historical significance also adds to its allure. Though not the oldest coin, the 1964 D. Jefferson nickel represents a period when coins were heavily used, but a small number survived nearly untouched. This makes them highly collectible and rare. Auction results confirm the value beyond doubt. Premium examples consistently command attention, while ordinary circulated coins remain affordable. The rarity of well-preserved 1964 D nickels ensures they remain highly competitive among collectors. For collectors, owning a 1964 D. Jefferson nickel is about more than money. It's about history, rarity, and prestige. The coin embodies decades of American life while providing a tangible connection to a piece of coinage history that few other modern coins offer. When all factors align, perfect strike, full steps, untouched surfaces, and strong eye appeal, the 1964 D. Jefferson nickel transforms from everyday change into a coveted collectible. These examples redefine expectations for mid-20th century nickels. In documented auction history, the highest price ever recorded for a 1964 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark is $158,000, confirming its elite status and showing that this seemingly ordinary coin can achieve extraordinary value. This price is real, dramatic, and backed by serious collector competition. That single result changes the way Americans perceive this coin forever. The 1964 D. Jefferson nickel proves that even coins that look ordinary can hide life-changing value, reminding collectors that hidden treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered in drawers, collections, or forgotten coin rolls. Coin number 5. You might think a 1976 nickel is just pocket change, but the 1976 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark is far from ordinary. What looks like an everyday coin hides incredible rarity and value, and collectors across the United States are increasingly competing for the finest examples. From the moment you learn what makes this coin special, you'll see why even seemingly ordinary nickels can hold life-changing value. The details that separate a common circulated coin from a collector's treasure are subtle, and missing them could mean overlooking one of the most valuable Jefferson nickels in existence. Struck at the Denver Mint during America's bicentennial celebrations, the 1976 D. Jefferson nickel entered circulation at a moment of national pride. Millions of nickels were produced, yet only a small number have survived in the sharp, pristine condition that serious collectors prize. The combination of crisp strike, flawless surfaces, and full detail on both obverse and reverse distinguishes these high-grade coins from the ordinary pieces still tucked away in drawers or coin rolls. For collectors, finding one of these rare survivors is like discovering a hidden treasure in plain sight. The obverse of the coin features Thomas Jefferson's portrait, which is critical for assessing value. Collectors examine every detail, from the fine strands of his hair to the contours of his cheek and jawline. Many 1976 D nickels show subtle wear from decades of circulation, and even small abrasions can reduce value significantly. Coins that retain sharp, crisp details immediately command attention, signaling to collectors that they may be holding a premium example. Monticello on the reverse is equally critical. The steps leading up to the building, the fine architectural lines, and overall strike quality determine a coin's desirability. Many 1976 D nickels exhibit minor flattening or contact marks on the steps, but the rare full steps examples retain uninterrupted detail on every step. These coins are considered elite within the Jefferson nickel series, and their scarcity makes them highly prized among collectors. Surface preservation dramatically impacts value. Coins that avoided friction, improper cleaning, and environmental damage retain their original mint luster, smooth fields, and vibrant eye appeal. Many 1976 D nickels were handled excessively or improperly cleaned, making pristine survivors extremely desirable. These coins are the ones collectors compete for, and demand continues to grow. Registry set collectors further elevate the coin's value. Across the United States, enthusiasts aim to assemble the finest Jefferson nickel collections, and the 1976 D often serves as a cornerstone piece. When one of these rare, high-grade examples appears at auction, competition is fierce, and prices are climbing steadily as new collectors enter the market. While this nickel is made of copper and nickel, its value is not tied to metal content. Instead, rarity, strike quality, preservation, and eye appeal combine to produce coins that can achieve extraordinary prices. Even modern-era coins like the 1976 D have seen their market value rise consistently over the past few years, proving that demand for top-grade examples continues to grow. Over decades, the 1976 D Jefferson nickel has quietly cemented its status as one of the most collectible coins of its era. Survivors with sharp strikes, full steps, and unspoiled surfaces are incredibly rare. Each time one appears at auction, collectors nationwide take notice, knowing opportunities to acquire top-grade examples are extremely limited. Eye appeal, toning, and luster further distinguish the finest examples. Two coins in similar grades may have vastly different values, depending on subtle aesthetic differences. Coins with pleasing surfaces, vibrant color, and strong original luster often command significantly higher prices than their duller counterparts. This subtle factor has contributed to the rising prices for 1976 D Jefferson nickels in recent years. Demand continues to escalate as more collectors enter the market and registry competitions expand. Auctions, coin shows, and private sales fuel competition, particularly for coins that combine exceptional strike, full steps, and original surfaces. High-quality examples remain highly coveted and have been steadily increasing in price over time. Every detail of this coin matters, from Jefferson's refined portrait to the architectural precision of Monticello. Coins that feature full steps, crisp strikes, and untouched surfaces offer collectors a rare opportunity to own a piece of American numismatic history. These coins stand out from the thousands of circulated examples still in drawers and collections across the country. The historical significance of the bicentennial year adds to its appeal. Though not as old as other rarities, the 1976 D Jefferson nickel represents a celebrated moment in U.S. history, which further increases collector interest and contributes to the rising value. Auction results consistently confirm the coin's rarity and importance. Ordinary circulated 1976 D nickels remain accessible, but examples with strong strike, full steps, and flawless surfaces generate intense competition among serious collectors. This ongoing demand has pushed top examples steadily higher in value. For collectors, owning a high-grade 1976 D Jefferson nickel is about more than financial gain. It is history, prestige, and rarity. The coin represents decades of circulation and preservation while providing a tangible link to a celebrated period in American history. When all of these factors align, perfect strike, full steps, clean surfaces, and strong eye appeal, the 1976 D Jefferson nickel transforms from everyday change into a highly coveted collectible. These coins redefine what many collectors think about modern-era nickels and illustrate that extraordinary value can exist even in seemingly ordinary coins. In documented auction history, the highest price ever recorded for a 1976 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark is $150,000, and this price is not static. It is steadily rising. Collectors are increasingly aware that high-grade examples are rare, and the market continues to reward those who can secure one of these coins today. This proven, rising value confirms the coin's elite status and demonstrates that even a modern coin can achieve extraordinary worth. That single sale, along with the ongoing upward trend, proves that even nickels that appear ordinary can hold life-changing value. The 1976 D Jefferson nickel serves as a reminder that hidden treasures are still out there, quietly sitting in drawers, coin rolls, and collections, waiting for the right eyes to recognize their true worth. Owning one of these rare examples isn't just about money. It's about holding a piece of history, rarity, and prestige that continues to grow in value year after year. Thank you so much for watching. If you found today's video on these rare and valuable Jefferson nickels fascinating, you don't want to miss my previous video on wheat pennies, where we uncover some of the most valuable pennies in American history and the unbelievable prices they've reached at auction. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on the latest coin discoveries, market updates, and hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your collection. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Share it with fellow coin collectors, and leave a comment below telling us which coin surprised you the most or which rare coin you'd love to find. Remember, every coin has a story, and your next treasure could be closer than you think. Stay tuned, stay curious, and keep collecting.